This is the Spigen Galaxy S5 Tough Armor case. It retails for about $30. You can get it on the Spigen website or you can get it cheaper on the Amazon.com store. It is thin, it's lightweight, it's pleasant to look at, and it's as tough as an Otterbox. Now just a reminder, this video is shot completely in 4K, so make sure you bump up that resolution. We're not going to do an unboxing. If you've seen my Slim Armor video, the exact same items that are included in that case are included in this one. It's a two-part series case. It consists of a TPU rubber style insert as well as a hard plastic shell that goes over the TPU style insert. So you're going to get excellent shock protection and you're going to get excellent drop protection. The way that I installed the case on the phone in this particular video is the way Spigen recommends, but I recommend actually keeping the case together and then installing the phone. It's much easier, it's much simpler, and you're not going to get any problems with the buttons not fitting into the plastic shell. So let's go ahead and take a quick look around the case and see what we got. At the bottom you have your USB 3.0 charging port. On the right side you have your dedicated power button. On the top you have your 3.5mm headphone jack cutout as well as your IR blaster and noise cancelling mic. And on the opposite side of the power button you have your volume rocker. The volume rocker and the power button are both labeled plus and minus for volume and PWR for the power. On the back of the case you have your speaker cutout as well as your camera and flash cutout as well as some Spigen branding. The insert is a web type material and this is to aid in shock protection. I didn't go over this in the Slim Armor, but it's the same concept as the Slim Armor. They're both the exact same when it comes to that webbed pattern. And this particular model is the gunmetal gray, which is why it's like a copper color. Now speaking of the Slim Armor, here's a quick comparison between the two. At this point, the Tough Armor is not available in the dotted pattern as you see in the Slim Armor. Also on the Tough Armor, you have little corners on the back, and that's to aid in some more shock absorption. It also acts as like lay on the table protection for the back of your case, so that's good so the plastic doesn't get as scratched up. Now if we put these two side by side, face to face, you're going to see a difference in the slimness of the two. The Slim Armor is much thinner and it's also a hair shorter. So you're going to see some major size difference between these two cases, and they have different characteristics that go after different qualities, as the Tough Armor provides much more protection than the Slim Armor, but the Slim Armor is going to be slim and still give you some, protection that you may need for your phone. It's also important to add that the Slim Armor is much more comfortable to hold in the hand due to the rounded design. The Tough Armor is a bit more square and boxy and has cut angles. You're going to get much more lay on the table protection with the Tough Armor as you see here in the video, so if that's something that you're going after, then this is the case for you. It does not interfere with the usability of the heart rate monitor on the back of the phone. As you see here, my finger is resting on the heart rate sensor, and if we flip the phone over after it's done reading, you can see it read with no problems. So no problems there, and it's going to remain functional just like it does without a case. The fingerprint scanner is a little bit different story. Of course, even without a case, the Galaxy S5's fingerprint scanner is, subpar. But with the case on it, due to the excess bulk, it's going to be much more difficult to swipe your finger one-handed. I suggest holding it with two hands and then swiping your finger if you want to go about using a fingerprint scanner. But again, it all depends on the size of your hands. In this case, I have medium to small hands, but if you have very large hands, then it might be more easier and more subtle for you to use the fingerprint scanner. The overall in-hand feel of this case is very good. I don't have any complaints with it. The buttons are very tactile. You can feel them due to the difference between the hard plastic and the TPU rubber. Here's a quick example of how tough this case is. As you can see, I'm just taking the phone with the case on it and throwing it against a piece of plywood. So I did this twice, and then we'll go ahead and look at the results. The first time I threw it at a okay speed. The second time I threw it much harder, and as you can see in the video, it just bounces right off. Now the damage that my phone sustained was mainly to the tempered glass screen protector. The bottom right corner got actually shattered. The phone remains functional, and the case only received damage to the bottom right corner as well. It's just a little bit flattened and a little bit damaged. But like most of my durability tests, this is far from realistic. You're not going to be taking your phone and throwing it against some wood. Unless you have kids, then they might do it. But this is supposed to act as a drop test. So as you can see, it survived it with no problems whatsoever. The phone's fully functional and the case did its job. When I took off the tempered glass screen protector, there was no scratches, no damage to the screen itself. So again, it did its job at protecting my phone. I'm a big fan of Spigen's cases. I got several for the iPhone 5 and 5S, so of course I'm going to recommend them for the Galaxy S5. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and show your support and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment in the section below. I want to know what you want to see in my 1+1 unboxing, which will be coming coming up later on in the week. Make sure you follow me on all my social media networks. And of course, as always, guys, thank you for watching and all your support.